I've been a part of the movement to end domestic and sexual violence for over 30 years, and at the Vermont Network for the past 19 of those years. In that time, I've watched this work grow from local grassroots efforts into a nationally recognized field, supported by policy and public funding. But what's never changed is the courage it takes from survivors rebuilding their lives, from advocates and staff who show up every day, and from communities working toward a world free from domestic and sexual violence. At the Vermont Network, we carry that courage into everything we do, supporting 15-member organizations across Vermont, providing leadership at the state and national level, shifting social norms to build safer, more connected communities, and coordinating programs that fill statewide service gaps so that every survivor can access the support they need.
One of the unique things about forensic nursing care is the foundation is trauma-informed nursing care. We're serving patients in Vermont who have experienced violence of all kinds. And so being trauma-informed means that we're paying attention to the whole experience, not just this moment right here in front of us, and can kind of tee them up and connect them to the best places in their communities. I really find that the network offers nurses access to so much, to communities, to social workers, to lawyers, to advocates, to just people who care and are willing to share of themselves. I have learned over time, especially with the network, that it's really about the connections you make and the community that is going to uplift and hold people after our care is done.
I personally really wanted to skill up in a training in a way that meets a variety of needs. We tend to, in nonprofits, work on our own little hamster wheels. And when we broaden that, we're able to make sure that all the landscape is being covered and we're not doing the work alone. Our work right now there's a lot of anxiety around it, and a lot of our specific work, is under attack, and the communities that we serve are under attack. Something that I have gotten out of the Vermont Network's Amplify Leadership program is being able to talk about that and not pretend that that's not happening. That is what keeps me hopeful, is the humanity of the people doing this work and the humanity of our communities and how we naturally support each other.
Space Club is youth and adult partnership. We work to prevent sexual violence, look at it in our community, but also in our state. And we work with adults in HR collectives, partnered with Vermont Network. Working in Space Club has made me more passionate. It kind of just opens your eyes into this is the world I'm going into. Being part of the club has taught us how to handle these conversations. As of right now, we have more young people wanting to create change, and there is a way that even though the world can feel like it becomes overbearing, there's a little bit of hope, and I love to be part of, change.
News Story Center is the service provider for Rutland County for those that are experiencing domestic violence, sexual violence, human trafficking, or stalking. The network helps us, in particular with legislation and with our legislators, to help them understand the nuanced nature of this work. The network asks us questions. They want to know what we're seeing on the ground. I think that the network's superpower is that they never let the voices of survivors be forgotten. They don't waver on that, they don't compromise on that, and that takes courage. We know what we're here to do, we know who we're here to serve, and we continue to do that every single day. And I think in terms of our work with the network, we know that the network has our back in that.
WISE is one of the Vermont Network member programs. We serve 23 communities. We work with between 1,300 and 1,400 survivors a year. The Vermont Network superpower is how they can bring people together, from its membership to community partners, to state partners, to politicians, to funders, and facilitate discussions that elevate our awareness and understanding of domestic and sexual violence and help us to look for solutions and answers. The issues that we are addressing are complicated. It's about people, and knowing that we're doing it together, that makes a huge difference, and it keeps us in the work. And so the change, while incremental, not always seen, we trust it's happening.
For survivors, advocates, and our staff, courage is an everyday occurrence. And it's only possible because of people like you who walk alongside us. Now more than ever, we need the support of our community to help us stay in the core areas of our work and build a world free from domestic and sexual violence where every person can thrive.